Hey everyone, it's Max Armour of Compass in San Francisco outside of the infamous designer's John De La Cruz's warehouse behind me, his studio. We're gonna go inside and meet him, talk a bit about the showcase and what he's got going on there. It's awesome to be back in Soma. My dad had a motorcycle shop down here for years. It's a great neighborhood and we're on Harrison Street, and let's go inside and meet John. All right, welcome everybody. Max Armour of Compass here in San Francisco with the infamous John De La Cruz.
That's me.
Nice to see you, my good man.
Nice to see you too.
John De La Cruz is doing a room in the showcase, of course, but we are now down at his amazing studio and warehouse, which is awesome. I love this. But first, how did you get here? Who are you?
I'm actually born and raised in San Francisco. I've been in the interior design business for 22, 23 years. I first started working for a man named Joel Hindler, and then I went and worked for Stephen Volpe.
Yes.
And then Pamela Babby of Babby Moulton, and then Ken Folk.
Yeah.
So I've seen some things.
Yes, you have.
And done some houses and restaurants and hotels. So it's come full circle. I worked when I first opened my business in 2015 by myself on my own, our first building was in Oakland. And I lived in Jack London Square.
Yeah.
And just recently now we've been in this warehouse for 2 years.
Yeah.
So moved back into the city also, and we have 14 people, a parking lot, and back in San Francisco. So very excited about it.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So you have seen some things. so maybe, from your perspective, how have you seen sort of the design or the interior design world sort of shift in San Francisco and the Bay Area? Like, where did it come from? Where are we? Like, what are you feeling?
Well, I kind of worked through two of the rise and falls of our San Francisco economy. So it's been kind of interesting to see how when residential rises, hospitality kind of sinks, and when hospitality rises, so it's just kind of a little bit of a seesaw, but it usually always balances out in the end. Yeah. And it's been fun to watch how people's tastes, our clients have kind of evolved to like 20 years ago. When I first started, it was all traditional and very, we would collect antiques and present beautiful fabrics with brocades and tassels and trim. And people have definitely moved into a more contemporary, more streamlined kind of way of living. And they don't like living with a lot of antiques. They like to live with things that they don't have to fuss over so much. So.
Yeah, I mean, San Francisco, I think, has evolved. Yeah, right. Sure. I mean, because it was quite almost Victorian and stuffy for quite a while. Sure. Right. I mean, whatever has its charm, but as technology and all that has come into the world, it seems like it's just gone a lot more, playful in terms of how you can work with the old, because we do have very traditional architecture
of course.
I mean, for a lot of the homes. Sure. But
one of the common threads, though, I will say, is that they're always worried about comfort and durability. Right. So that's certainly what my clients actually ask for from us, is to make sure that they could live with it and enjoy it. Another thing that our clients are starting to do a lot more of is collect art, more and more pieces of important art. So
how do you run that process?
Separately, actually. We'll do the house, and then as the house is getting built, we'll start to look at art, and it's like showing the menus and taking them to different galleries. It really is an education for sure. Yeah.
Totally, especially if you're not versed in it, right? Which, the younger clients, of course, most of them haven't really had a lot of exposure to that. So it is a big education in terms of how does this all work and is it approachable?
I feel like it's almost a lot like buying and selling houses too. It's very emotional.
Yeah.
If something strikes someone, how much are they willing to spend on that?
Yeah.
And what is it worth to them?
And then also just realizing even that the connection exists.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, there's even that.
Number one, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's fun. So the year is 2024. This is the showcase's 45th running, right? Which is amazing. And you've been a part of how many?
My fifth time.
Fifth time. There you go. So in a row or?
No.
No.
This will be 2 in a row.
Yeah.
The first time I did it was 2017.
Yeah.
That was a kitchen.
Yeah.
And then
which house was that again?
On Pacific. Pacific and Baker? Is that right? No. Broadway.
Oh, yeah. No, DeViz. Wasn't it DeViz? No, it wasn't DeViz.
2955 Pacific, I believe it is.
On
I
the
think
other
it's
side.
up for sale right now, too.
Yeah.
Well, we did a kitchen there.
Yeah.
That was with House Beautiful. It was Kitchen of the Year, 2017. So that was a really big entry into doing showcases.
Yeah.
And then after that, we did a family room in 2018 on Marina Boulevard.
Yep. Remember that one? Yeah.
Fun little room. And then took a break, got really busy. COVID came around, and we helped do the virtual showcase.
All right, when there wasn't an actual house.
During COVID, we put
right.
together a room virtually and had a wonderful firm put together a walkthrough of the entire house.
Yeah.
So that was a fun year. And then
well, to dovetail on that just a little bit, like how has technology changed your interaction with your clients and the tools that you use?
renderings are 100% the most important tool.
Yeah,
now.
I've heard that.
And there's no reason now to have them imagine it anymore.
Right.
We could very quickly and very efficiently put the room together in a computer model.
Right.
Apply all of the textures, and they'll get a cartoon basically of what the room's going to look like, and it is worth every penny.
Wow. So that's standard now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. Does AI come into anything? I mean, that's such a buzzword. Like, but for design, it's kind of like, where does that? I don't know.
I still think at our level, with the kinds of prices that people are paying for what we're doing, and the kinds of houses in San Francisco in our market, the human touch is still going to be much more important. You're still going to want to be able to personalize everything, make sure everything is built to order, make sure everything has the right fabrics, and a lot of it is touch and feel. So
it is.
Sure, we can have an AI program run mood boards.
Yeah.
But you really have to look at that and make sure that you tailor it to the client, and sometimes you have to do that through conversation and getting to know someone, having a drink with them and understanding how they live, and opening up their closet at home before you start working on their new house, seeing how organized they are and how you're going to help make their life better. Yeah,
it's one of the things I love about our business in terms of the realness of it. It's very real, it's very, personal.
100%.
And getting sort of to that next level of creating a space, it's something that I appreciate so much about designers is, your ability to help somebody navigate that.
Sure.
Because sometimes you don't even know what the right question is to ask, like literally.
Well, especially with the younger clients too that have never worked with an interior designer. Yes, we can make it pretty, and yes, we can make it blue or green or whatever, you envision in your head, and we can do all of that for you. It's a service at the end of the day, but I think as a designer, it's important for you to make it better than what they had expected, so that they understand the quality and the value that you're bringing to their lives.
Yeah.
And this is why they're spending the money on having a designer.
Yeah.
Is so that we can give them something that they never dreamed of.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, it must be so fun to just sort of reveal something to somebody, right?
That's the favorite part.
The grand reveal. To finally see it all come together. Sure. And so you're working on the showcase right now, and you've got the upstairs family room?
Oh, it's a tiny room. It's really dark. There's not much. No, we're doing the penthouse level, top floor family room, and it has a beautiful panoramic terrace that you can basically see. You face northeast, so you see the rising sun, you see the Golden Gate Bridge, you see all the best of San Francisco, you see the Palace of Fine Arts. So it was really actually kind of a gift and a curse, because it's such an important room in the house, and you want to do it right, and you want to do it beautifully, but you also don't really have to do much, because the view is the view, and most people walk right past whatever we do and walk right up to the window and just say, look, isn't this a beautiful city?
It is an impressive view. I mean, we are Gold Coast, front row, Broadway and Baker, cantilevered out over the hill. I mean, you are floating on top of the bay from there. It's almost like the rest of the city. I mean, you see the Palace of Fine Arts, but it's kind of like you're over the bay. So you really have this impressive view. But it's also right off the kitchen, your space, right? Where this is where the family will be, right, for a lot of their time. So it is a very important room.
Yeah, it'll certainly be the nucleus of the house. And that's how we planned for it. As you say, you have this breathtaking view of being on top of San Francisco. So a lot of the design choices that we made stem from that. We painted the ceiling sky blue to kind of pull the view into the room. And everything below it is going to be kind of a mossy green, like the treetops that you see as you're sitting on the terrace. Yeah. And then we there's a clear delineation in the wall treatment that we're doing, where it ties in with the horizon line. So when you stand there, everything visually is just basically pointing to that window.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, you have some items here. Why don't we take a look and sort of see what your it's not a mood board, but what do we call this layout? That's
it's our palette, and it's our mood board. Yeah. And we've pretty much now figured everything out. Everything is in production, and now we're just double checking on some details. Yeah. So,
shall we want to come over
here? Yeah. Again, we're painting the ceiling a sky blue.
Yeah.
The beautiful oak paneling certainly had suffered some sun damage. I didn't want to just paint over all of it, and I didn't want to rip it out because it was beautiful work, and it really speaks to the style of the exterior of the house.
Yep.
A lot of times when designers come in, they just rip everything out and they put like big slabs of, and we didn't want to do that with this house. I think the beautiful paneling and the fireplace are really nice. So we wanted to work with that.
Yeah.
So we stained half of the paneling to kind of correct the sun bleaching.
Yep.
This kind of pale blue also to go with the sky. And then we picked lots of greens to match the trees, if you will, if you can never match a million different kinds of leaves. But when you stand at the terrace, you see all the treetops. So we started with this kind of tree leaf green. Our curtains are going to be this beautiful Sandra Jordan alpaca.
Yeah.
And the top of them are going to be like the sky, and the bottom of them are going to be like the trees. Then we have this beautiful carpet from Mark Nelson, and that is kind of done in a grid to both accentuate our beautiful Hackwood floors, and then all of the sofas that we have collected in the room are going to sit on these lawns, if you will, these square lawns.
Yeah.
And we did them in 2 colors.
Oh, fun.
The seating groups are important because it's such a wide room.
Yeah.
Because it's a double wide lot, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, standard is 25, it's like 50 feet,
Yeah. So what we did is we kind of created 3 seating groups, and one faces the fireplace.
Yeah.
And then one kind of faces the view in the far corner.
Yeah.
And then there's a little alley in the middle where, because it is kind of a party room, and there's going to be a lot of people in this room.
Yeah.
Families. So we kind of fashioned it as a garden game room, if you will.
Right.
And there's little places to kind of sit and tuck, and you could play games, you could read a book, you could look at your iPad, whatever you want to do. But there's lots of different options for you to kind of enjoy the room without having to be in one big circle facing a fireplace.
Yeah, well, exactly, because you've got the fireplace and then you've got the view, and then you've got the middle of the room. So placing the furniture appropriately, you know, that is part of your gift for sure. So there will be something in this corner, huh?
Correct.
Yeah,
I took out the bookcase because most families don't live with a lot of books anymore. They have their laptops and their readers. So we took the bookcase out, and that gave us a little bit more space in that corner. So we have a big long banquette where you could take your breakfast. You can open up a laptop.
Yeah.
There was a dark corner to a little fire escape.
Correct, over here.
And there was only one window, and that was facing the view. So it was almost like you were looking at a movie theater, and everything else was dark. Right. So by taking that door out, and we put a glass door instead, it's adding a little extra light. And it's actually highlighting the fact that you have the view and the beautiful paneling. Yeah. So we were really happy about that change.
Yeah, the house is fully detached on all 4 sides.
Correct.
Which is pretty rare.
And I think that little stroke that we did there, most people won't even notice because they didn't see the room before.
Yeah, but that'll make a big difference because it's true. It was just like a dark nothing over there. So maybe just talk a little bit about your vendors, right? You can't really do a showcase without your vendors.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah. So a little plug for them.
Yeah, we have Sandra Jordan provided the alpaca for the curtains.
Yeah.
Mark Nelson worked with me on a custom rug for the floors.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, we have beautiful Hackwood floors as well. And when you stand there, you'll see, just kind of leads you right up to the view. And then we have this beautiful hydrangea print velvet that's going to be on all of the upholstery.
Oh, fun.
And then we have a beautiful spotted kind of pillow fabric from Tebow.
Yeah.
So Samuel & Sons, and they're doing the trim on the banquette. Sherwin-Williams, paint color, beautiful. And then Da Vinci Marble is working with me to create a beautiful custom game table in this Cipollino marble and Verde Alpi. So that'll be tucked in the corner with the light.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in some plants to kind of make it really feel like a conservatory.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
That is a lot of fun. I mean, I love the horizon line. I love these patterns. Like I can see how you're playing with nature here, bringing that in, whether it's the sky or the leaves or the ocean that's in front of us. So really looking forward to seeing the final product. And you're moving right along.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're painting, it's happening, it's going.
Floors are down.
Yeah, I saw that.
All the paint samples are up and they've all been approved. We painted the ceiling already.
Yeah.
He's going to do the stain treatment on the walls. And then everything else is just wait for it to arrive.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, John, you are a champion and a true gentleman. Thank you for having us over. Thanks
you
for letting us look at all your stuff, and then we'll go to the house at some point and check on status as we're moving forward. But always a pleasure to see you, my good man. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We appreciate it very much, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.